Get ready to travel into the dark and mysterious world of Neil Gaiman's Sandman universe. This is where nightmares come to life, and the line between dreams and reality blurs. In this episode, we will take a look at the top 10 Sandman villains that will haunt your dreams. Today, we're flipping through the pages of one of the most unsettling comic book series. Our mission is to uncover these top 10 baddies who have left their mark on the Sandman audience. Within these pages, you'll encounter evil, ancient horrors, and explained beings that are beyond imagination. These villains aren't just comic book characters, they're nightmares living in the pages. Prepare to face your fears as we discuss the wicked thoughts and evil plans that make these Sandman villains worthy of this list. Let's do this. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
There now, Dream, you may inquire, which demon has your helmet?
Lucifer Morningstar. Lucifer Morningstar, the fallen angel who dared to defy the presence and was thrown out of heaven. He now reigns as the Lord of Hell. Unlike your typical villain, Lucifer is a complicated character whose actions aren't actually bad. He once had the singular task of punishing evildoers and didn't intervene in driving humans toward evil deeds. What truly sets Lucifer apart is his range of powers, arguably making him the mightiest figure within the Sandman universe. His abilities know few limits, but there's one exception. He can't create something from nothing. Otherwise, his potential seems limitless. In the DC universe, Lucifer ranks as the second most powerful being. His three defining powers are the Lightbringer flames that grant him the ability to incinerate nearly anything, his near omniscience, granting him insight that keeps him 10 steps ahead of all others, and the potent will of God, which allows him to reshape reality as he sees fit. The Lightbringer flames are exceptionally unique and destructive, as their name suggests, but for all his might and cunning, Lucifer follows a strict code of conduct. He refuses to utter lies, considering it beneath his dignity. Moreover, he upholds his promises based on his principles. He values the lessons learned through experience instead of rewinding time and correcting the mistakes. And lastly, he prefers to rely on his intellect and manipulative skills, avoiding getting his hands dirty whenever possible.
Your reign ended when my father...
Dr. Destiny. John Dee, also known as Dr. Destiny, found himself in possession of the Dreamstone, a powerful gem stolen from Dream by John's mother, all in an attempt to escape the confines of Arkham Asylum. With the title Dr. Destiny, he used his extraordinary intellect in a life of crime and pushed the boundaries of his genius. His genius didn't lead him toward an ethical life. Instead, he ventured into a world of experimentation with the Dreamstone. He kept messing with the Dreamstone, adding flaws and complex circuits until it became attached to him instead of Dream. John harnessed its power to fuel machines capable of molding reality from the very world of dreams. As he continued to manipulate the Dreamstone, his body and his sanity, he also had to endure the insane pressure. However, the price he paid was way too much for the increased power he gained. But his rampage of terror didn't go on for too long. The Justice League eventually ruined Dr. Destiny's plans, capturing him and holding him within the confines of Arkham Asylum. John Dee might describe himself as a hermetic philosopher and a scientist, but his actions spoke louder than his words. He proved to be a criminal mastermind, a brilliant inventor who was fixated on the daring goal of world domination. His knowledge became the catalyst for creating life-threatening machines that he would employ to bend the world to his will. Like most megalomaniacs, he had a grand thirst for power. Interestingly, despite his tendency for unstable behavior, Dr. Destiny remained polite and even shy in conversation, even when he intended to harm others. With the Dreamstone Ruby in his possession, Dee has the ability to manipulate the dreams of both sleeping and waking mortals.
Azazel, how like you to arrive without an invitation?
Azazel. Azazel is a crucial demon from hell. He makes appearances in Preludes and Nocturnes and Season of Mists within the Sandman universe. He holds the position as one of the co-rulers of hell, a trio formed alongside Beelzebub and Lucifer Morningstar himself. This unholy alliance was formed in the aftermath of a devastating civil war that plunged hell into chaos. Season of Mists marked Azazel's return to the forefront of the storyline. When Lucifer chose to evacuate and seal Hell's gates, he gave the key to Dream. Azazel was driven by ambition and stepped forward as one of the contenders fighting for control over Hell, along with a few others. Dream chose to think about it. Ultimately, the responsibility for the key passed into the hands of the angels, Ramiel and Duma, leaving Azazel fuming with rage. He got really mad and refused Dream's offer, saying pure evil things would happen if he didn't get what he wanted, and he threatened Nada's life. Now Nada was Dream's long-lost love interest, but Azazel's pride made him make a mistake because he didn't realize how strong Dream was within his own realm. In a twist of fate, fate, Dream imprisoned the overconfident demon in a tiny vessel, confining Azazel to a small bottle. This bottle joined a creepy collection beside the Corinthian skull and the bottled city from Fables and Reflections.
The one who is three. The Hecate.
The Three, or the Kindly Ones. The Three, or as they prefer to be called, the Kindly Ones, embody a divine trio of goddesses, each assuming distinct roles: the Maiden, the Mother, and the Crone. Although they first appeared in DC's horror anthology comics, their depiction in the Sandman universe offers an intriguing interpretation of the triple goddess ancestor, a deity with the ability to assume various forms. These powerful beings flaunt their power to relentlessly pursue and punish those who violate divine law, including oathbreakers, patricides, matricides, and other violators. They pursue their goals in many troubling and harmful ways, causing madness for those they target. As goddesses of destiny, the Kindly Ones possess the rare ability to look across the detailed fabric of time itself. They gazed upon the past, the present, and the future with flawless clarity. They knew everything about a person, from where they came from to how they would eventually die. These goddesses of fate were immortal, standing as ancient as the endless themselves. In the mysterious and ever-evolving Sandman universe, the Kindly Ones had a unique and scary role, mixing together mythology, fate, and never-ending retribution.
You can't change, you can't save him either.
The Corinthian. The Corinthian was a creation of the dream entity, which originally emerged as a dream construct with a bizarre purpose: to strike fear and nightmares in their purest form. He was a black mirror, reflecting the aspects of humanity that most shy away from, like a creepy mirror showing the fears hidden deep inside our minds. One distinctive characteristic of the Corinthian is his flawless fashion sense. Regardless of the era he is in, he always wears fashionable clothes and never misses a step. However, there's one feature he hides beneath a pair of sunglasses that sets him apart: the absence of eyes. In their place, he possesses mouths teeming with sharp teeth, a frightening face that simply represents horror. As a collector, the Corinthian's horrifying signature act was the removal of his victim's eyes, which he ate with his own nightmarish eye cavities. This horrific ritual allowed him to look into the memories of his victims and occasionally catch glimpses of the future. The scary image makes the Corinthian one of Sandman's scariest villains. In addition to his terrifying appearance, the Corinthian boasts physical attributes that far surpass those of a typical human. Within the world of dreams, his strength and speed soar to extraordinary levels, easily overpowering even powerful opponents like a wolf. He can handle intense pain, even burning flames and flesh, without giving in. One of Corinthian's most unsettling abilities is to peek into the final moments of a dead person's life. By holding their eyes in his nightmarish mouths, he can see the final images on their retinas after they die. Loki, the Norse god of tricksters, consistently wears the mask of a villain and a powerful enemy of Thor. His grim legacy involves the killing of Balder, which resulted in his imprisonment and harsh suffering. Yet, Loki's tale is far from over, as he is closely connected to the apocalyptic prediction of Ragnarok. When Ragnarok, the world-ending event, arrives, Loki's chains will break, and he will become the bringer of chaos. This will lead the evil forces in a final battle against the gods. His fate is mixed with Heimdall's. It dictates that they shall kill each other in a cycle of vengeance. Loki's role as the one who starts Ragnarok, causing battles, disasters, and a flood that swallows the world, creates a sense of fear. Despite his chaotic nature, Odin sees fit to release Loki from his prison to help get the key to hell. His last-ditch effort to delay the approaching Ragnarok catastrophe. Unpredictable, mischievous, and almost always untrustworthy, Loki is a dangerous entity. His wicked schemes were crucial in causing Dream's downfall, as he arranged the kidnapping of Daniel Hall, sparking Lyta's vengeful anger and sealing Dream's destiny.
I'm watching you. Big brother.
Desire, the third youngest among the Endless, shares a connection with Despair, their twin sibling. Their existence is marked by striking beauty, and they possess a remarkable ability to shift their gender, appearing as male, female, both, or neither, as dictated by the demands of the moment. In ancient Greece, desire represents epithumia, embodying longing, lust, and attraction, shape-shifting to match to their surroundings effortlessly. Residing within the heart of an enormous flesh and blood statue known as the Threshold, Desire's presence is both mysterious and attractive. Their sigil, a heart crafted from cut glass, symbolizes their nature and influence. At the beginning of everything, Dream introduced his lover, Kalala of the Glow, to Desire. Dream candidly revealed that Desire Desire, whom he held as a favored sibling, was responsible for the immense attraction between Dream and Kalala. But fate had a different idea, and Kalala ended up falling deeply in love with Oa, the embodiment of her system's star. This twist deeply wounded Dream, making him sternly caution Desire against further interference in his affairs. During a talk with Destruction, it became clear that Desire had arranged the breakup, though they casually brushed it off as a joke. This incident shows how powerful Desire's influence is and how skilled they are at manipulation. Their habit of interfering in Dream's matters reveals their self-centered and selfish nature. Desire's track record is marked by a series of horrifying acts depicted throughout the comics. Their complete disregard for the results of what they do makes them one of the most frightening characters in the Sandman universe. Funland, a disturbing character in the Sandman universe, became infamous as a serial killer whose actions ultimately resulted in his own death at the hands of the Corinthian. His journey began when he targeted Jed, settling in motion a chain of events that would push him deeper into the pit of death. Funland, along with his stupidly sinister allies, the Good Doctor and Nimrod, gathered to talk about their upcoming collectors convention. The trio sought a new guest of honor for their gathering. They had hopes that the Corinthian would accept the invitation. However, the Corinthian remained silent, ignoring Nimrod's attempts at outreach. The Good Doctor proposed a disturbing plan to grab the Corinthian's attention, mimic one of his horrific murders. Eventually, they couldn't resist the temptation. Funland and Nimrod followed the Doctor's lead and ended up replicating the Corinthian's horrific actions, which led to a fateful meeting with the Corinthian himself. The Cuckoo, a parasitic nightmare, cunningly infiltrated Barbie's dream realm, eventually taking control of her inner world. Living within the land, a distinct world within the dreaming, it cunningly assumed the guise of a young Barbie and recruited Luce, one of Barbie's cherished childhood toys, as its secret spy. But the Cuckoo had much darker plans. Its evil plans went beyond Barbie's dream. It wanted to escape, spread its kind into other people's dreams, and if needed, destroy the dream world and everyone in it. The Cuckoo possessed the ability to dispatch its agents into the waking world, maintaining awareness of Barbie even when she remained ignorant to the children of the Cuckoo. This presence attracted the attention of Thessaly, a witch unafraid to venture into Barbie's dreamscape to confront and vanquish the Cuckoo. Thessaly's relentless pursuit forced the Cuckoo to make a daring escape from Barbie's world. It changed from a human into a powerful blackbird. Knowing that this unsettling being still exists in the vast Sandman universe is quite frightening. In its human form, the Cuckoo assumed the appearance of a young Barbie, adorned with the innocence of youth, featuring blue eyes, freckles, and golden hair neatly braided into twin plaits. Rodri Burgess. Rodri Burgess was a notorious Englishman. He was hailed from a prosperous industrial family. Rodri Burgess started on a path that would eventually make him the Lord Magus, leading the Order of the Ancient Mysteries, a group he had created when he was young. In 1904, Burgess bought the large Sussex manor called Fawny Rig and added Gothic decorations to make it the main base for his mystical order. He had a strong ambition to make his society the most powerful magical group of his time. During Burgess's time as the leader of the order, a scandal occurred in London. The police raided a house in Belgravia and uncovered a scandal involving a naked woman and well-known members of the order. Despite the scandal, Burgess wasn't discouraged and withdrew to Fawny Rig, continuing his pursuit of magical power. In 1916, Burgess's hunger for supremacy led him to pursue the capture of Death herself. However, a twist intervened, and he accidentally imprisoned Dream, also known as Morpheus, upon his return to Earth. Exploiting Dream's vulnerability following a journey, Burgess confiscated Dream's possessions and captured him behind a magical barrier. His daring act was aimed at securing immortality in exchange for Dream's release. Yet Dream remained stoic and tough throughout his captivity. Burgess's action had widespread consequences, causing the sleepy sickness to affect people and the dreaming itself to unravel. As Dream's power diminished, Burgess's own life took a downturn, filled with bitterness and anger over his own mortality. Rodri Burgess died in 1947 from a heart attack. His death left behind a haunting legacy, passing his estate, the notorious Order, and the captive Dream to his son, Alex Burgess. Marvelous verdict. In this episode, we walked through the Sandman universe and encountered a range of evil beings. Each one is more haunting than the other. These entities aren't just villains. They're representations of fear, chaos, and pure nightmare. From the Corinthian, with mouth-like eyes, to the cunning Desire, who can transform to grant your darkest wishes. These villains delve into our innermost fears and cravings, staying in our thoughts long after the episode ends. As Sandman comic fans, we're irresistibly drawn to these villains despite the chills they give us. Their mysteries and the questions they provoke keep us hooked for more. We hope you've liked this episode. Share your top villain or your own Sandman experiences in the comments. Remember, the world of Dream is worth exploring. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.